Yo, what's up everybody? Hey, I love making these videos. I really do. They're a lot of fun for me. It's a beautiful way for me to relay information to you, to bring topics to you that are relevant, to teach you how to maintain your health and well-being. It's probably once a day that I'll have a patient ask me a question, or I'll be relaying something to one of my patients and think, man, I would love to teach this to my entire base of patients and to the world for that matter. Because I have some really, really smart patients and they ask amazing questions that everyone could learn from. And these topics are fabulous. Here's the problem though. So I think this, literally probably a couple times a day. I think, okay, I need to record a video about that. And then I think, okay, so I need to get the tripod out, I need to get my lights, I need to, turn my equipment off so there's not the hum in the background. And well, here's a little bit of what that looks like. So, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just enough of a hindrance that it keeps me from actually getting it done. I think, okay, I gotta do all these things. I gotta turn off the thermostat so it's not humming in the background. So that happened just a couple weeks ago. I turned off the thermostat, forgot to turn it back on. I came in the next morning, it was 50 degrees in the office. Again, it just got in my head of like, that's a pain in the butt to do all these things. And it's just enough for me to go, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do some of the other things that I need to do, and I don't record these videos. Which brings me here. Sorry, light's terrible right here. Let's see if we can fix this a little bit. Welcome to my garage. This has been a perpetual mess in my life for a long time. And I realized that it was just a lot of storage. It wasn't doing a lot of good. And I realized what a great opportunity to maybe use this space to become a video studio. So that the space is already set up and it's someplace that I already have to just walk into, flip the lights on, hit record, and just record some stuff for you guys. Now, the problem is, look over my shoulder, this place is a mess. So I got some work to do. All right, well, as you can see behind me, it's coming. It's not there yet, but it's coming along slowly but surely. I'm sitting in an old chair, wingback chair. It's not what I want, but it's fine for right now. And it's a start. So this whole process really got me thinking more about this notion of roadblocks. And I think roadblocks are an extremely big piece of life. They're everywhere in our lives. They're in relationships, they're in money, they're in mindset, they're in, our business, they're in everything. But I think they're especially in our health. So my roadblock to creating these videos was that I didn't have the right space for it. And it got in my mind. And even though it only took me, a few minutes to get it set up, it was still just enough of a pain in the butt that I wasn't doing it. So how many times do we have roadblocks within our health that keep us from, where we should be in our optimal health and well-being? In my last video, I talked about this notion of preparedness and the separations and the preparation. And I think that's a big roadblock. As a matter of fact, it is a big roadblock. Preparedness of being healthy is a huge roadblock to keeping us from being healthy. But there's lots of these roadblocks, and really they boil down to just three things. They boil down to physical roadblocks, mental roadblocks, and emotional roadblocks. And within each three of those realms, there's tons of reasons why we might be keeping ourselves from getting healthy. So I wanted to talk about a few of those things. So again, if they all break down into 3 patterns or 3 categories, here are a couple of them. The first one is a mental roadblock, and it's making excuses. How many of us have said, well, I'll get to it when? Oh, I would like to, but I'm not quite ready yet. Oh, yep, I'm gonna do that as soon as I get my gym membership. That's when I'm gonna start. Or how about a physical one? The one we've been talking about, and what was keeping me from doing these videos is actually having space. Or is the right space keeping you from exercising appropriately? Is your living room a cluttered mess like ours is often with our kids, keeping you from doing your exercises? Do you not have the space of a gym? Maybe you need to go get a gym membership, whatever it might be. Or maybe it's an emotional roadblock that in your mind, and maybe it's not even something you think about often, but you're not good enough to be healthy. Or somewhere along the line, someone told you that you weren't worthy of health and well-being. You weren't worthy of those types of things. That's an emotional roadblock, and it's a big one. How about another mental one? Not being purposeful about your health. In my last video, I talked about I was trying to get out and walk and run a little bit more, but I didn't set my shoes out the night before. I wasn't being purposeful, and therefore, it kept me from getting to where I wanted to go. Here's a huge mental roadblock, and it's what I like to call resolution-based health. And what that is it's this notion of I'm going to set a resolution one time a year, and that resolution is going to be to get healthy. Wow, well, that's a vague thing. Or it's going to be to exercise more. Resolution-based health doesn't work. It has to be a part of who you are, not a part of who you are in January of each year. We know the research shows us this time and time again, and maybe I'll do a video on this, that resolutions just don't work. For the vast majority of us, they just don't work. And I think a lot of that is just, it's who we are as people. It's that we're all different. And sometimes resolutions will work for a lot of people, but they won't work for the vast majority. And it's based off of who our personalities are. And that's important to know who we are. But resolution-based health just doesn't work. So we have to get in and make it a part of who we are. And that's where removing all these roadblocks is so beneficial. So sit down, get a piece of paper out, and just go through and be real truthful with yourself. What are all the roadblocks that are keeping me from being healthy? What are all the roadblocks that are keeping me from getting from where I am to where I want to be? From where I don't feel good to feeling great, to having good blood pressure, to eating healthy, and all these different things. What's keeping you from getting there? Write them all down. There are answers for literally every single one of your roadblocks. If they're emotional roadblocks, go talk to someone. If they're mental roadblocks, Google, how do I get past my mental roadblocks of being healthy? There's tons of ways to get this done. And then if they're physical, so often it's just about movement. It's just about doing the things that remove the physical roadblock so you can get there, like cleaning up your living room so that you have the space to get it done. Write each and every one of those down. Find answers. You are good enough. You are important, and your health is important. So make sure you're taking the time out to be healthy. Remove the mental, the emotional, the physical roadblocks that are keeping you from where you want to be, and go get it done. Well, hopefully the next time I do a video, this space looks a little bit more put together. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Go get healthy. Go remove your roadblocks. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Do me a huge favor. It's free, and it would help me out a ton. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you guys next time.